Brian?
Yeah, just for both of y'all, wanted to ask about defense and, probably not the cleanest weekend last weekend to open it up, but some solid things there. How do you feel about where this team's defense stands here in the second week of SEC play?
I mean, it was definitely, we're facing some great hitters, so they're going to hit the ball hard. And we did our best to knock it down, really. I'd say, yes, there was some hiccups, but ultimately we made the plays that we needed to when it counted.
Definitely have to agree with what Ailana said. Like, we're facing great hitters, and we're doing our best on our parts. Our infield's new. Like, we're still trying to figure out each other and learning what each other are capable of. And one day at a time. We work. Defense does win championships, and we are continuing to live by that and continuing to working hard on that.
Quick follow-up, Ailana, since you're the more experienced one here. Just how tough is that, sort of working together to find that chemistry, especially with the infield?
Yeah, I think it's definitely tough. I feel like Gabbie and I are still learning each other, but I think we're really, as we go on, we're really building a lot of chemistry and really understanding what balls she can get to that I let her take or what balls I should just take. So I think we've been building some great chemistry, and we're really just learning each other, and it's going really well.
Appreciate it.
For both of you guys, first two games, very chaotic back and forth. Where did you guys find that kind of calm? Because it didn't look like your plate approaches or anything changed, whether they were up 5-2 early in the first game, whether you guys built kind of a big lead type thing.
I felt like we just all had trust in each other and trust in ourselves. And I felt like no matter what was kind of going on or what the numbers said on the board, to us it was just we're here to have fun and we're going to give it our all. And I just, like I said, it was just a weird trust thing. No one felt too high, no one felt too low. We knew no matter what was going to happen, we were going to get it back and we were going to respond.
Yeah, I definitely just following what Gabbie says. I think it's just definitely knowing that if you don't accomplish it, someone else will. They'll pick you up. I'm fully confident. Yes, if I don't execute something, the person behind me is going to execute it. And yeah.
Is that trust something you guys started the season with, or did it have to kind of build throughout the group as you worked all the way through the non-conference and played in some of those kind of close games, big games, stuff like that?
For us, I just think it was all the hours we put in together and all the times in the locker room and hanging out with each other outside the field. I just think it's just all based off relationships. We truly all enjoy being around each other, and it's just it's just something that I guess happened naturally on its own. And Coach has us doing stuff all together, and it's like I said, we all enjoy each other's company, and I think that's where all that stems from.
Gabbie, we talked all last week, going to the SEC. Now you went through it. How mentally, physically taxing was that initial series?
I just thought it was fun. If anything, it was more draining energy-wise, just because I was having so much excitement. I had a blast. I can't wait for the rest to face all these other great teams. It's going to be hard, but I think it's something that we have to embrace as a whole. I'm looking forward to it. Every game should be hard in my head, and I think I'm excited to see what this team's going to do.
Jesse?
Ailana, looking back to last weekend, when you have a series like that where you've got the offensive fireworks of the first two games and a defensive battle in game three, just how helpful is that for you guys as a team to go through a weekend where you kind of experience the highs and lows like that, going through the rest of conference play?
Yeah, I think it definitely just sets us up in a great place, just knowing and experiencing, and just we're new to the SEC, so it was kind of nice to just really getting that sweep and saying, hey, we're here and we're ready to battle and compete. And I think it's just all about, at the end of the day, we're just looking to compete. We're competing with every single pitch. We're not looking too far ahead or dwelling on past mistakes. We're just competing every single pitch.
Well, along those lines, does it do anything for you guys where you can win a couple of games like those first two games and then win a game three that's low scoring like that? Does that give you guys confidence you can win different types of ways?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think that it just gives us confidence that we can fight and we'll dog it out and we're just gonna compete at the end of the day.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead. But just going through that battle, what did you all think you learned about yourselves just in that moment, going into those close games and going through that defensive battle in game 3? What did you learn about yourselves there that you can build on for the rest of the season?
Going back to the trust thing, like knowing that we can trust each other and that we're gonna pass their bat, and if one of us can't get it done, the person behind us is gonna get it done, or if one of us is struggling on defense, our pitchers are gonna have our backs, or they're gonna back us up, and we're gonna back up our pitchers.
Yeah, I think just adding on to Gabbie, it's just all about trusting and really picking each other up at the end of the day. Like, I think from that series, that's what taught a lot. Like, I think that if someone didn't execute, then, like I mentioned earlier, like another person was right there to pick them up, whether that was even our defense was struggling, but our offense, right after that inning, we picked the defense up. So I think it's just all about picking each other up in different ways.
And then being a younger team, quote unquote, defeating a top 10 team like that, what do you think that proved to the softball world that you were able to do that?
I feel like we have nothing to prove. Like, I feel like for us, we're young and we're just gonna go and take every game at a time. I mean, that's it. Like, we are who we are, and that's who we are. We're a brand new team, and we're kind of just embracing that. And we're not gonna ever take a team lightly, and I hope they don't take us lightly.
James.
I'm curious, this is a new league that you guys are in, and I know you're first-year players, or whatever league you're in, but, and you're new in the SEC too, so the scout, everything that you have to prepare for. Jenny Baranchek talks about how that's been fairly difficult in basketball because they're always learning a new team. Is it difficult for you guys too? Are you guys having to learn a new team every weekend now that you're in conference, or do you know so much about all these teams already that it's not really that big of a deal?
I think it's different than like preseason. We have tournaments, we're playing different teams. So I think it's really like from that, going to just focusing on one team for one weekend, it's much easier than focusing on like 3 different teams and all their pitchers. Like, we just have to focus on one team.
How do you feel about it being a new team?
I guess for me, like, it's everything is like this is new. So to me, like, learning all this information at once it's kind of fun. It's very intriguing. I was talking to my mom the other day. It's playing club and then playing college softball. It's completely different in a knowledge sense, right?
Yeah.
You go from club playing 6 different teams you don't know anything about to here it's like you know everything on each other, and I think it's actually really fascinating.
Let's have one more.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you with the series this weekend, obviously the hitting coaches on either side of this game. I want to ask you about JT, and to each of y'all, what makes him stand out to you as a hitting coach?
I mean, for me personally, JT really takes in consideration like how we feel and how we want to move, and I think that's not saying that's the difference because I don't play for DJ, so I have no idea what he does, but I know.
Yeah, I was just talking about him.
Yeah, I know for me personally, like JT, like really takes into considerations like how we feel and like how our body wants to move and everything. And I know we communicate a lot back and forth. How does that feel compared to this? Do you like it? Yes or no? And I think that's one thing that standed out a lot for me.
Yeah, definitely coming from a different program, it's definitely different. He definitely takes into consideration like the way that your body moves and like your preferences, rather than trying to like teach everyone the same thing. Like, he really focused on like individualizing everyone's like swing almost.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you guys.